Hello, welcome to Portal's Portfolio series, where we will have readings and interviews with student writers and published authors from Vancouver Island University and around the country. We'll talk with them about what it takes to be a writer in the ever-changing world of publishing. Portal 2021 is currently being designed by Chantal Calitz, and all 104 gorgeous color pages will be shipped off to the printer on March 24th. It'll be on newsstands in late May. Stay tuned for information about our 30th anniversary virtual launch to be live streamed on Facebook in mid-April. It'll feature contributor readings and merch such as new t-shirts, mugs, and book bags to mark 3 decades of publishing in the heart of Vancouver Island. Hello, everybody. I'm very excited to have Sabrina Mudryk with me today on the Portfolio series. Sabrina is a fourth-year student at Vancouver Island University, where she is doing a Bachelor of Arts degree, majoring in psychology and minoring in creative writing. Sabrina's inspirations come from her family and her hometown of St. Paul's in northern Alberta. The town is best known for building the first UFO landing pad in the world. Last year, Portal Magazine published Sabrina's book review of Dunk Tank by Kayla Kazaga. Sorry, I butchered that. And this year, Sabrina's poem titled They Are Waiting is the winner of Portal's annual Porton contest. The Porton contest is open to the general public, which means that there were many, many entries to compete against. And today, Sabrina joins me from her home in Nanaimo. And Sabrina Mudryk, welcome to the Portfolio series.
Thank you, glad to be here.
Congratulations on winning the contest. Were you surprised?
I was very surprised. At first I didn't win, so I'm glad I ended up winning.
Nice. So it's interesting that you're taking psychology and creative writing. I know in a few of my classes, I've run into similar people who are doing psychology and creative writing. What is it about psychology and creative writing together that works for you?
I feel like a lot of people who take psychology are already like super into trying to like discover who they are and like find out more about themselves. I feel like the same as a lot of writers. I feel like when you're writing, a lot of the time it's really therapeutic. So I can see why it goes hand in hand, because I've always written just to, I don't know, for myself more so, find out more about myself. And yeah, psychology is the same way. I'm going towards being a counselor. So, I mean, gotta really know yourself and know what other people do to do that. So I can see how it's hand in hand there.
So sort of like using writing as an exploration.
Yeah, exactly.
What first attracted you to creative writing?
I I've always been very interested in poetry. My mom used to write poetry, and I always thought it was really cool. And I just always, since I was like 8, I think I started writing it too. So I just kind of, when I remember looking at the VIU website and I was trying to decide what I wanted to do, and it just stuck out to me. So went for it, tried it out. It was something I knew I could kind of do. So
Do you do other forms of writing other than poetry, like fiction or creative nonfiction?
I do fiction. Actually, this year is my first nonfiction class, and I really like it. I like it a lot more than I thought I would. Fiction, I feel like uh, I think I need real things in my life to be able to write about well. But I do enjoy fiction classes too.
Who are some of the authors that you admire or use as a model for your own writing?
This is a little weird, but actually, Shel Silverstein is just he's just a children's poetry writer, and it just, I don't know, he really pulled me towards it. I loved his like quirky little weird funny poems all the time. I think the one I read was When the Sidewalk Ends, and ever since then I've been super into it. I also loved Kayla Kazaga, that's why I wrote her book review on it, because all of her poems, I feel like I'm a big fan of. Rupi, I mean, who doesn't like her though, but I feel like those are my top 3.
Nice. Are you interested in writing like children's literature or young adult?
That's something that I didn't think about until this year, but I'm definitely interested in exploring it. I have a really feel like childlike way I write my poems, especially just for myself. I mean, I don't write a lot of poems like they're waiting normally. They tend to be really just dorky little quirky stories. So I might lean more towards children's poetry or story writing.
Hmm. How did you discover VIU? What made you come to the island? Because you grew up in northern Alberta, right?
Yeah, I actually had a friend who went to VIU who's from Alberta. Her family has like a house out here, so she just ended up staying there. And then she came back, told me how great it was, and also offered her house for rent. So I was like, oh, sick deal. Okay, I'll do that. I mean, I'm not doing anything else, so
Nice. And
yeah.
there must be a big difference between northern Alberta and the island.
Temperature wise, I mean, it's a different cold though. I mean, everyone always said that out here, and I didn't believe it, but it is a different cold. Everyone out here is a lot more outdoorsy too, I noticed, which I really like. I really like going on all the hikes out here.
Nice. How long have you been in Nanaimo for?
Um, this is my 4th year in Nanaimo.
Nice. Speaking of winter, if you could read your poem, They Are Waiting, that would be excellent.
Okie dokie. My first read, so don't judge me harshly. They are waiting. The chill of November quiets St. Paul's streets. As I walk home from work at dusk, I shortcut over the ball diamond fence, and red clay crunches beneath my trespassing feet. I will my steps silent and slip through the slanted shadows cast by the cold and abandoned bleachers. The scent of smoked bannock wafts from their dwindling fire. Hot chocolate brewing in styrofoam cups warms their fingerless mittens. The elders share a blanket in the dugout. Wind from the coming winter bites through my autumn jacket, and my pace quickens with thoughts of home. Parents grasp the chain link boundary and bellow for their children to stay in sight, within reach. When I come closer, the little ones run from me. The land's language rises from their chapped lips. Cold clouds grasp each other before chilled gusts force them apart. They're waiting for the bus to Saddle Lake, where the land is recognized as their own. It comes once a day around 4, 6, or 8. A group of girls approach the fire, calling each other cousins. And I know the girl in the faded orange regional high hoodie. Her name is Katori, meaning she is spirit, but I called her Cat in high school. Her earrings are beaded, blue, and beautiful. Her hair is intricately braided with stories from her ancestors. She pours some spirit, cloaked in a brown paper bag, into her mother's cocoa. Our eyes meet as I hop the fence. After my footsteps have left their mark, I ask her, "When did you get here?" And she answers, "We've always been here."
Thank you. You definitely get the image of the narrator as an outsider looking in on a group of people. And also the winter plays such a strong role in here. It's like winter is the actor. You have the chill of winter, the chill of November quiets the streets, and the winter winds bite, and then you have chilled gusts force the breaths apart. What is it about northern Alberta winter that really inspires you?
Mostly it's just always there. I feel like 8 months of the year. So it's just most of my memories are just following winter. And winter just kind of represents a time to me anyways of being apart from other people, or just like, I don't know, even, yeah, I don't know, just separating. And I don't know, coldness, of course, just, I don't know, it felt like a good metaphor.
There's also the the title, they are waiting. I was wondering if you could elaborate more on the title. They're waiting for the bus to Saddle Lake, but what else are they waiting for?
I was hinting at like waiting for more recognition. So that especially in Alberta, BC is really good at acknowledging the land that we're on. I hear a lot of it everywhere, and when I came here, it was really weird to me that that was a thing because I never heard it before, not in St. Paul at least. So I just feel like more recognition is needed for Native people in Alberta, at least in northern Alberta.
For St. Paul's, what possessed them to create a UFO landing pad?
Actually, so they built it originally just to show that we were accepting of anybody who comes into town. That was like the general idea that I'm told now. But I've also heard another story that like there was a doctor in our town who was a very prominent figure. And he really believed in UFOs and was expecting them to land. So either one of those stories could be the truth.
Nice. For your own writing process, what does a typical writing day look like for Sabrina Mudryk?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Are you a morning writer or do you write in spurts?
Definitely 2 a.m. writer.
Ah,
Yeah, I feel like it's normally just done in one sitting. Like I stay up and it's just me like thinking about it, typing a little bit, and then it'll just hit a certain time and I'll get it done in like 2 hours.
so do you just type straight into your computer or do you use a notebook?
I feel like I do better with typing.
Nice. What does your revision process look like?
Oh, normal. I normally, if I'm honest, I'm like, okay, I've done it. I'm good. This is beautiful. Nothing can get better from that, whatever I just produced. But since like Portal and even just creative writing, it's a lot of letting go of what I thought was really good. And just, yeah, taking other people's advice because, I mean, they're the people I want to read it. So,
So you took the Portal class last year, right?
yeah, I did.
And did you do any editing through that class?
No, I mostly did I think it was advertising.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. How much do you submit? Do you submit all your stuff or just a few things here and
This
there?
is the first poem I've ever submitted. First piece
Oh,
of work I've submitted.
I was going to ask you how you handle rejection, but I guess if you only submitted once and got accepted once.
Yeah, it worked out the one time I did it. I want to give kudos to Kiara Strajak. She really pushes me every year to do it, and I finally did it, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, and the contest is open to the general public, so anyone can submit. So you're going up against everybody. Um, I submitted one too, but I guess they were nobody liked that one. It was a sonnet and an ode to sea lions, but
Aw, still
um,
good, I'm sure.
yeah, we'll see. Where do you like to write? Where do you do your writing?
Mostly at home, especially if we have a fire in our place. So if there's a fireplace going, and if I can just sit on the ground with a blanket, I feel like that's where the magic happens for me.
Hmm. Do you, when you're writing poetry, do you practice with different forms of poetry? Like do you write the poem out and then decide what form it's going to be, or do you have a form in mind before you start?
I feel like both. Like I've had forms in mind before when I've started, but lately it's been a lot more me tampering with it afterwards, and I like it a lot more. I've really changed up the format of a poem, and it just really, I don't know, just completely changes what the poem was saying.
Hmm. Yeah, putting rules on yourself can really change how you say things and what you say.
Yeah, it can be restricting.
Last semester, you and I were in the same long form poetry class, and I remember your poems there, and they were very detailed. Lot of describing a scene and the setting, and very detailed. And I definitely see that in They Are Waiting, that the same sort of style, which is funny because I like to do the same thing. So I really resonate with that.
Probably why I liked your work too.
Nice. Well, that is all the questions that I had for you, Sabrina. Unless you had anything else you wanted to talk about.
Oh, no. Thank you for the interview.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on winning the contest.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching the Portal Portfolio Series. Portal is a literary magazine published by students at Vancouver Island University's Creative Writing and Journalism Department on the territories of the Snuneymuxw, Quw'utsun, and Tla'amin First Nations. For more information about Portal's portfolio series, please visit portalmagazine.ca.